Yo, so we back. It's your boy Time Out, aka T Matrix, and today is a very exclusive thing. I'm gonna take y'all behind the scenes, something that I never ever do. I never go behind the scenes and show y'all me building a beat in one of these AI platforms. You know, I'm cutting away the doggone the invisibility, and I'm about to take y'all behind the scenes, and y'all about to see how this is done the correct way. Because I know a lot of people, they struggle with doing making beats with AI or whatever. They're trying to figure out, man, how do I get it to do it? Like, how do I get it to do it right? Alright, I'm gonna give y'all, and I'm gonna give you a sprinkle and a little bit of sauce, behind this. If you don't want it to be fully AI, different ways that you can switch it up. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some. I'm gonna give you some action today. I've been looking at my YouTube channel and I've been like, man, maybe I should give them some action. And plus I went through my YouTube analytics, and I got some help from ChatGPT, and it was like, yeah, you need to do this, do this, do this. It was a whole bunch, but I ain't gonna be able to do all of it in one video, But nevertheless, I'm taking you behind the scenes. Stay tuned. So right now we're on my desktop, and I'm going to go from here, and I'm gonna go to the AI platform for making this beat. Right, taking you behind the scenes. If you ain't looking, if you miss out, you miss out, man. So here we go. Going Safari because I'm on a MacBook, So I go in Safari, and then I go right here. Right, this is Suno AI music. This is one of the best ones out for making beats in AI. This is the best one that you're gonna find, and it's free. But they also have the paid option. As you can see right here, each day they give you 50 credits. So remember that each day you got 50 credits to come in here and to do something, right? So, all right. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna decide what kind of beat we want, and usually when you're making a beat, when you want to make a beat using AI, you want to use your mind. You want to use your thought process. You want to put some thought into it. You just don't want to just kick out anything random, right? So I'm going to sit and I'm going to try to think of a melody that I want to use, because what we're going to do is once I come up with the melody, I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click record, and I'm going to record myself doing this melody, right? So you'll be able to hear what I did to do this melody, and then we'll see what it kicks out from there. So, all right, let's go back. Let me think. Okay, um, let me see. Um, let's see. What do I want? Um, um, let me see. Maybe let's come up with a sample. A sample first. Let's start off. Let's come up with our own. Come up with a unique sample. Um, uh, um, let me see. Let me see. Let's see. I'm thinking, y'all. I'm thinking like this is literally spontaneously on the fly. Um, all right, so I'm gonna just try something. This is, like I said, this is all spur of the moment. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try. You keep on, you keep on, you keep on. Oh, pushing, 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 pushing. That's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try that, right? So let's go ahead, go to record, right? We in record right here. Now, once I click this, I'm gonna start clicking. So this is gonna start recording. So here we go. Let's go say allow my microphone. So here we go. You keep on, you keep on, you keep on. Oh, pushing, 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 pushing. You keep on pushing, 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 pushing. You keep on, you keep on pushing, 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 pushing. That's what we gonna start with, right? So I click that. Then you see it's analyzing, it's going through, it's doing a quick scan or whatever. We want to tell it what we have, what we're working with, right? It says identity. I'm sorry, identify audio content, right? So the audio content we go start with is I'm gonna select sample because this is a created sample. It's not nothing sampled from nobody else, but it's a created sample. And let's see, I want it to be it's going to have a voice. It's a voice in it. And let's see, rhythm and percussion. Okay. And we go select field recording too. And let's say sound effect, right? All right, so here we go. We go hit continue right here. So it says, please take a look and edit. Okay, so bam, it kicks out this right here. This is what it automatically is gonna kick out, and it wants me to edit it. I normally don't edit it. What I do is just I hit continue, right? Bam. So once I hit continue, this is what I just did. This is what I just recorded right here. See if I hit play. You keep on. You keep on. Alright, that's me, right? So now what it does right here is analyzing what I did right here. Intro, it says finger snap, on beat, 2 and 4, chorus, male tenor vocal, right? And that's just the words, right? Now, if I come down here, this is what it put down. Soulful R&B vocal loop. It says male tenor performs repetitive melodic phrase with rhythmic syncopated delivery. The vocal features natural dry production with minimal reverb, accompany vocal rhythm, blah blah blah, and it's giving me the key that it's in. All right, so boom. All right, I could either keep this or I could just scrap it by hitting that. And once I scrap it, now what I'm gonna say is I'm just gonna type in something like I'm gonna say cinematic, cinematic, uh, cinematic, hip hop, intro leading to beat. And then I'm going to select, I'm going to hit this and I'm going to say exclusive luxury. Exclusive luxury. I spelled that wrong. Exclusive luxury. Yep, exclusive luxury 2026, because we want to make it sound like it's this year, right? So let's see. After we have that, then next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit create. Now we might have to do some adjusting to get it to do what we want it to do. You know what I'm hearing in my ear. You know, which is fine. You know, like we got 50 credits now. We got 40 credits to work with, and we're gonna see what it kicks out. Oh, that's only a 12-second piece. See, this is what we didn't want it to do. We didn't want a 12-second piece. We want it to be about, like, at least a minute 54 seconds, something like that. That's what we're shooting for. So, well, we got 49 seconds right there, right? So, all right, we're gonna listen to it and see what we got. It could be garbage, could be good. Let's see. You keep on, you keep on, you keep on, oh, pushing, pushing. Let's see, that's you garbage. Keep on. That's garbage. So let's go to this one. See, garbage. So both of those are garbage. So what we do in the effect that it bees like that, what we do is we're gonna get rid of the lyrics, right? We get rid of the lyrics, and we're gonna come over here, cinematic hip hop intro leading into beat, exclusive luxury vibe. Um, so what we gonna do is we gonna come here, hook, create some spaces, verse, create some spaces, hook, create some spaces, verse, create some spaces, outro. Right, that's what we got, right? And we're going to get it to do it again, and let's see what we get. So here we go. Notice we didn't change anything major. We just took the words out, and we just gave it a structure to go by. Because the lyrics, it was just by judging, going on the lyrics alone, it was like, man, this is all you give me. So, all right, so we took away that, and we just gave it a structure. And now we're going to see what it does. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Hopefully y'all can see this and hear this, because I don't really want to have to do this again. Lord knows I don't. But we're going to see what it does, man, And like I said, we are in Suno, and we have credits, that we can use. So, hey, let's see what we can get. We're waiting right now for it to finish rendering. Actually, you don't have to wait for it to finish rendering. You can actually push play now, and it will probably start doing. I like to take this, rewind this back to the beginning, and I'll give it, let's see, 10 more seconds. Look, we got 1 minute and 13 seconds on that one, and let's see what we get on this one. Hopefully it doesn't give us no more crapola, but sometimes that happens, because this is AI we're dealing with, so if you don't give it full stuff to work with, then sometimes garbage in, garbage out. Actually more than sometimes. It's like if you give it garbage, it works with garbage. See, I had a sample in mind that I was trying to get it to a sample effect or feeling. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. Cross your fingers. far, so good. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. You see what I'm saying? You see how so it can go from sugar, it can go from, or it can go from crap to sugar. You know what I'm saying? Now we on the second one right here. It automatically goes to the second one. I don't like the vocal. Vocal sounds crazy. Alright, that right there is alright. The first one sound better. So what we'll do from here is we're gonna try one more time, right? And one more time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come here to the style section, right? And for the style section, we're gonna say hip hop. Let's see. Let's go here. We're gonna say something you would hear on an exclusive hip hop mixtape. We'll just add that to it. Something you would hear on an exclusive hip hop mixtape. Bam, put a comma in there and a space. Cinematic hip hop intro leading to beat. Exclusive luxury vibe. Yeah. Nice. So that's what we put. We added that to it and we're gonna see what we got. So boom. Let's go ahead and let's create again. So bam. This is just giving you that behind the scenes of how you would cook up some sauce, you know. And so and see and now and like I said, we're working in Suno, right? And Suno usually Suno creates an image for each one of these that it creates, right? So when a person who is great at using this told me that the doper the image is, the doper the beat actually is, you know. So I don't know if that's true, but we about to see. Cause right now we got two dope images of a mic, you know. So we go see. We about to see. We go see. We go put that theory to the test on this one right here. You know, usually they say if you get a mixtape or anything like that, then or something dope, then it's gonna be dope. You know, so we go with that. We go see what they got. Right now we still got 20 credits that we're using. And the beauty of this system is you get 5 tries, right? You get 5 tries. It kicks out two examples per 5 tries, right? So you could end up with something usable, or you could end up with absolutely nothing, or you can take pieces from all of it and create something totally new in your DAW, right? You can do that. Like it's levels to this thing, right? This is meant to be a tool to help. That's what it's meant. That's what it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna go ahead and listen and see what we got. So here we go.
you to myself. I wanna take you to myself.
See, they start
But it
doing,
was
they start going in their own bag.
yeah. Cause baby, I need me yourself. Baby, I need me yourself. But it was actually you deeper, you deeper.
See, it messed up the note. It messed up the note in that phrase. See, that note was supposed to drop down, but it messed up the note in that phrase. But it's okay because it did. It created a little bit more of a background vibe. Now that gives you an idea of what you could do on that beat. You don't have to use that. You know, a lot of people just will use it, but you don't have to use that. You can doggone use that idea, and you can get your own singer, and then have them sing and fill in the blank of those feelings, because all of this is just emotions and feelings in the music. That's what it is, right? So now we're gonna go to the next one and listen. And sometimes it hangs, sometimes we have this. Usually if I wait it out like 15 seconds, it'll usually play. um, let's see, there we go. I don't even like that. I don't like that. Okay, so what we got to do is we got to help it. We got to help it now because it changed keys. It changed keys, and we need to make sure that it's in the right key. Right. Let me see. And this is like, why is it keep giving me these mellow tunes? Um, this should be the opposite of mellow. Let's try that. Okay, let's come here. This should be the opposite of mellow, right? We're gonna add that, right? Just add that to it. Bam. Now we go come. All right, so right now we go back off of this because we need to find the key that we want the overall song to be in. So what we're gonna do to do that is we're going to, I could either pull out my keyboard and find it, or I can go into Logic's, and then I can come here. I don't know what that is. I think that's something I was working on. But I come here, bam, testing right here. I think y'all probably couldn't hear me for a second because when it went switch to object to Logic, it does that. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna turn on the tuner. So B, the key of B, right? So now we're gonna close this up, and we're gonna come back into Suno, and we're gonna come up here, and we're gonna say key of B, key of B. That's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna put it in brackets so that there's no misunderstanding. Key of B, and let's see, opposite of mellow. Um, uh, more energy, more energy. MORE, more energy. All right, so boom. Now you see how we added on. We added on to these details, right? And we still have the original sample.
You keep on, you keep on, you keep on. Oh, pushing, pushing.
All right, so boom. Hold up. Nope, nope, nope. You're not supposed to hear that. That is something else. Anyway, so boom. Here we go. Alright, so now that we added those elements, we got two more tries. Now we're gonna have one try. We're gonna hit create and let's see what we got. And while we at that, we're gonna close up Logix. Don't say. Alright, so we close Logix and this time it created, I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know about these symbols. I don't know about these images. It's an image of a dude in front of a microphone with the city in the background. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. We don't know yet. We gonna let it keep on doing what it's doing, right? And like I said, this is a behind the scenes of showing you how you would use Suno to come up with what you want, right? So let's go ahead and let it finish. We already got one of them already done, and it's only a minute and 14 seconds, which is promising. And we got the second one is still rendering. You know what I'm saying? All right, now we got two. So let's go ahead and listen to it. Cross our fingers. We only got one more chance after this. So here we go. All right, we're waiting for it to render and it's finished rendering. We're just waiting for it to play. Sometimes this happens. And, it's not even doing that. It's not doing the words. That's my fault too. It's not bad. What you could do in that instance is I could take those vocals and I could pull it into Logix, and then I could put those vocals underwater to where you really can't make it out, and then you could still come behind it with the original words that you want to use, saying it, you know, with the delivery that you want to use it. So that's not bad, but let's go ahead and go to the next one. Oh, you know what? Hold up. I forgot. It does that. We're going to have to do that. Like, yep. Make sure that this is starting from the beginning. All right, so boom. And we're waiting for it to go ahead and see what we got. Cross your fingers. Could be good or bad. You never know. You never know, man. We're dealing with AI. AI is not the end all be all, you know. This is garbage. And that is garbage. That is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't even want to hear no more. Okay, so, all right. So now, now that we're at this point to where it's giving this right here. Now let's go back and what we can do from here with the final one. You know, if you have more credits, you can actually keep going until you fine tune it to get it right. But from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and listen to all the other ones. And I'm going to see if it's one in there that sounds closer to what I thought and what my original thought idea for it was. and I'm gonna pick that one, and then I'm gonna get it. Nope. That's sounding promising. All right, so it looks like it's gonna be this one. So what I do in this case, after going through all of those, I come here and I'll say overwrite style. It says you. Let's see. You already have styles. Do you want to overwrite the current styles? Yes. Let's see here. I'm scared to overwrite it. No, I'm gonna overwrite it. All right, so boom. Did it take away everything? Yes, I think it did. Yep, I took away everything. So, in this instance, since it took away all of the other stuff that I had, what I would do is I would come here, come to the last one, and I would select this. Let's go to edit. And hold up, no. Actually, we're gonna go to reuse prompt right there. We're gonna go to reuse prompt right here. Now, what we're gonna do is go back to that one right here. Alright, now we go click this and we go say keep. Right? So now we're gonna get it to generate while keeping all of this other stuff. Oh, it says out of credits. Sure, yeah, I know I'm out of credits, which is cool. That's fine. And I'm gonna hit X because it's still gonna generate those last two for me. You see, it says you're out of credits for today. I can come back in 4 hours, or I can come back in 5 hours, and then I'll have 50 more credits. So that's something to keep in mind too as well, right? So this is the last generation that we're doing for this one particular to see what we get. And we have two kind of dope images. Hopefully it's not a letdown. And like I said, and at the end of this, I'm gonna give you some bonus tips of what you can do if you want to take these this music, and you're gonna make it not AI. I'm gonna give you bonus tips to make it not AI, to where you be able to still use it and it won't be AI detected, right? But we'll get to that after we listen to what we have, right? So we're going ahead and let it do what it do. Finish rendering. We already got one render. We could go ahead and listen to the first one. See what it's got. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. so that's what we got for that one. Now we're on the second one. See what the second one did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sound like some, some basic storytelling, type vibe or whatever. You can tell a story, talking about a past relationship or something like that. It's got that vibe, and then from right here you bring it alive. Yeah, back in '95, that's when the story began. Budweiser introduced me to her best friend Jen. Now Jen was a shorty who was serious and loved men. A few lines is all it took. Her heart I'd win. We connected on the phone on a Friday night, up to 1 o'clock, listening to Love Light and Flight, telling me about a boyfriend, Bacardi, who was jealous, wanted to catch me on the low and beat me with his fellas. And see it switched. And it went to the other one. We don't want that. Anyway, but yeah, you see how it just gives you a vibe of something to work with. So from this point, right, now we've reached the main event. This is the main event right here. How to make the AI beat not AI, right? So this is what you do. From this point right here, you find the one that you want. Which one was it? Was it right here? Was this one? Okay, I think it's that one. It's either actually both of them, either one could have went. But from this point, you come here. Hold on, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then you go to MP3, download MP3. So remix, download MP3. It's going to give you this message that says need commercial rights. Basically, they want you to purchase the pro version, right? All right, you don't have to purchase the pro version. You can hit download anyway. So bam, now we've downloaded it anyway, right? So boom, bam, we come over here. Now we back on my desktop. So now that we just downloaded that, what we do, if you didn't want to make this, if you didn't want this to be AI or coming up as AI or whatever, if you want to take this and turn this into your original joint, then what you do is simple. Like what you would do is if you have some beat making ability, like if you know how to use any other beat making DAWs, then what you do from this point is you'd come over here and hopefully it doesn't knock out my audio, but I'd come back over here to Logic's, right? I'm gonna let Logic's open up. I'm gonna hit OK. Turn on ignore. Alright, now that we're in Logic's, and hopefully you can hear me again. From this point, what you would do is I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna say create audio track. I'm gonna ignore that. And on this audio track, let me see, matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna go to this one and I'm gonna turn this monitoring off. Alright, so from here, what you would do is click here, bam, let's go to downloads. Now we go grab it. This is the beat right here that we just did, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this beat and slide it into Logic's. And we're gonna close this off. Alright, slide this back up. Here, bam. Do this. Okay, bam. And do this. Alright, so boom. Alright, so now that we have this beat in Logic's, right? And like I said, we want to make it to where it's not AI, right? So what you would do from here is two things. You left click and we're going to go to tempo. We're going to apply region tempo to project tempo. Align it at the downbeat. Maintain relative position. Bam. Boom. Now we have that situated. And let's do this. Alright. Take away all of this extra negative space. right here. Zoom in, zoom out. There we go. So boom. Now we're left with this, right? Now we're gonna check to see if the timing matches up in Logix. So we go hit play. That's not right. So we gotta do it again. And boom. Now let's try it again. Let's see what we got. You see that? Now we're in time. Now we got time and we're in time. So boom. So at this point, so now that we have it in time, what we're gonna do is we want to stem it. We want to stem it. Right? So we're gonna stem it and use all of those that are stems, all of those things right there. Um Now we're letting it go ahead and stem itself out. Boom. Right here. So here we go. Now that we have the stems, we have these stems, right? What you would do on this last part is I'm going to tell it to you. I'm not going to go through this whole process because this video is already 41 minutes long. All right, what you would do for this last part is you would have to individually bounce each one of these out as MIDI. You have to bounce it out as MIDI, right? You have to know what you're looking at. So the drums, you would bounce the drums out as MIDI, right? Let's go ahead and solo that. Let's solo it so you can hear what the drums sound like by themselves. So now, boom, you hear the drums. All right, so that's your drums, right? So what you would do is you bounce it out as MIDI for that part. You go to the next part, and then that's your bass. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so that's your bass right there. So boom. Now this is where the ear training comes in. This is where the ear training comes in. You gotta. That's why I was putting so much emphasis on the ear training video, because if y'all want to be able to master using AI, you have to have that ear training locked in. Once you have that ear training locked in, then you can be able to hear this stuff in its individual parts. And then if you can hear it in its individual parts, then you can go over to FL Studio and you can reproduce it in its individual parts using the MIDI files. That's the bomb. That's the bomb. Like, I need a bomb exploding. See how you get to take what you've learned, you build upon the principles that you started. You started with the principles of learning how to isolate different tunes inside a beat. And then now, once you can isolate them, you can replay them. Now, if you can replay them, you can go into the DAW and you can use the MIDI files in order to reproduce this beat that you created with AI to make it not AI. Because when you reproduce it with your own sounds, using the MIDI files, now it is yours. It is not anybody else's. It is yours at that point. So that's what we got, y'all. This is the video. This is the end of the video. It's your boy Timeout, aka T Matrix. Use what I'm telling you. Use what I'm telling you to create something amazing. That's what I got for y'all. Y'all hold it down. Let me go ahead and close it up. We'll save it. Yeah, we'll save it. Keep on. Bam. All right, now we're back. So use what I said. Use the information that I taught y'all. Gave you behind the scenes tutorial. Told you how you can make a beat in AI, then unmake the beat in AI to make it original, and come up with something amazing, man. Use that. Use them skills to do what you do. It's your boy Time Out, and peace.